Anytime, baby, and the music plays. Yo, Hypertech Records, Mr. Two-Face, and Mr. Incredible spit a few phrases. I just wanna be, it's a new phase.
Something in my mind, I wanna talk about it. Feelings deep inside, yeah, cannot suppress it. This must be love, I'm not searching no more. I found the one for me, yeah. You are my destiny, you are my destiny. I want to be the one you seek in the morning, before you go to sleep at night. I just want to be the one you holding. I never want to see you cry. Girl, you know that I'll come running when you call from 1,000 miles, yeah. I said it, see, what more can I say, yeah. I just wanna be there. I just wanna be the one you love. I just wanna be there. I just wanna be the one you lean on. I just wanna be there. Just like your shadow, I just wanna be there. From now on till tomorrow, I just wanna be there. I just wanna be there.
Yeah, I just want a black boy and Two-Face. Yo, see, I just wanna be there. Be the sun when you're waking. Be a security, so let me be your gate man. If you wanna get high, I could be Jamaican. Even if you wanna leave, I could be your vacation. What you wanna listen to, girl, I can be your station. I could be your vision to be your imagination. I could be the super glue for your heart when it's breaking. I can slow it down, I could be acceleration. Yo, see, I just wanna be your family. I want you all up in my business, sorta like you manage me. I wanna be the man that she wanna see. Finally, you can trust, you can bank on my love guaranteed. Yeah, I just wanna be there when you really need. Every simple story about you and every little deed. If this is convenient, let me know expedient. I just wanna be the last ingredient you need. Cause it's something, it's something, it's
something in my mind. I wanna talk about it. Feelings deep inside, yeah, cannot suppress it. This must be love, I'm not searching no more. I found the one for me, yeah. You are my destiny, you are my destiny. I know you must have heard a lot of stories about me, but with you, girl, there is no more lies. I was lost and like in the wilderness, but you brought me back to life. You answer all the puzzles in my heart, yeah. And that's why I never want us to be apart, yeah. I just wanna be there. Wanna be the one you love. I just wanna be there. Oh, be the one you lean on. I just wanna be there. Just like your shadow, I just wanna be there. Oh, from now on till tomorrow, I wanna be there. I want to be there. I want to be there. I wanna be there. Hey, said I'll never ever let you down. I don't know why I've been running away from love. I don't know why, yeah. You brought me peace of mind, and that's why I never ever want us to be apart. I just wanna be there. Want to be the one you love. Be there. Be the one you lean on. I just wanna be there. Just like a shadow. I just wanna be there. Oh, from now on till tomorrow, I just wanna be there. I just wanna be there. I just wanna be there. Be the one you love. I just wanna be
you so much for the very amazing inter music DJ Kiss. We look forward to what's going to come at the end of the assembly today. All right, hello, beautiful people. How are you doing today? I can see that we're all doing great because I can see some very beautiful faces in the house. Hello, Helen. How are you doing today? Hello, Brian. I can see you. Mr. Binga Adibambo, how are you doing today? Mr. Chris, I can see you. How are you doing today? And every other person, how are you doing today? So welcome to the Entrepreneurs Assembly. As you know it, this is the largest gathering of entrepreneurs in the whole of Africa, and it's so exciting to be here today. It's a privilege for me, and I'm so happy to be here. And I know you are happy to be here too. So before we move on very quickly, I'd like us to do a very short assignment. I'd like you to pick the We Are Live message together with the link that is going to be dropped in the chat box by the admin shortly. And I'd like you to pick that rather, and share it with your friends, share it with people you love and that you want to see grow, basically, because this is a community that inspires growth. And we have found the gold at the Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. I'd like that you help other people to find the same goal too. So let us just pick the link and blast it everywhere. And while we're doing that, we're going to be multitasking right now. I'd like us to watch a video, and this video is going to tell us how to properly show up in a Zoom meeting such as this. Admin, please go ahead.
How to attend an online video meeting. Number 1, always stay in the center of the screen. Your face should be in the middle of the screen, not at the top or at the bottom of the screen. Number 2, your camera should always be at face level, maintaining a distance of 30 centimeters or an arm length from the screen. Number 3, your lighting should always be in front of you, not behind you. Number 4, always use the landscape option when using the video call option on your phone. Number 5, your background should be simplistic with plain decor. This keeps the attention of the audience focused on you. Number 6, always make sure there are no moving objects or people behind you while you're in an active meeting. Number 7, always keep your camera on. It is considered unprofessional and in most gatherings unacceptable to leave your camera turned off. Number 8, remember to switch off your mic or mute it when not actively participating in a conversation or dialogue. Number 9, always check to make sure your name and company name appear on the window tab. Number 10, always try to be still. Avoid making too many movements or fidgeting during a meeting. Number 11, eating food or having a snack during a video session is considered rude and indecent. However, having a glass of water, tea, or coffee is acceptable. Number 12, when speaking, also try to maintain a normal tone or pitch. Never shout or speak erratically. Number 13, be on time and ready. Make sure you have everything set up 10 minutes ahead of the appointed time. Number 14, always look smart. Dress appropriately, you never know who's watching. Number 15, always let the team know when you're done speaking by indicating I'm done or thank you. Number 16, do not exceed your time limit. Number 17, always have your pen and notepad ready so you can take down important points and highlights of the meeting. This is very important. Number 18, make sure all the necessary devices are functional and running, such as your mic, camera, speakers, and internet connection. Also check your device battery status to make sure they are fully charged. Number 19, always stay focused and attentive during the meeting. Avoid multitasking so you don't get yourself and others distracted. Number 20, most importantly, try to be yourself. Stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
Thank you so much for that, admin. And I never get tired of that video because it teaches us how to be very professional in a meeting such as this. And if you're in a very comfortable space, kindly put on your camera. I like to connect with whoever is at the other end of that device. I mean, we would like to connect with whoever is at the other end of that device. And yes, do you have your notepads? Because I got mine. I'm ready to take some notes. So be ready to take some notes too. All right, before we go on, in case you are joining us for the first time, welcome once again to the Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. This is the Entrepreneurs Assembly, and we come together like this every Saturday, 6 p.m. GMT +1. You are at the very right place at the right time. This is our very own Saturday party. So welcome to the party. This platform, yes, it's powered by like I said before, it's powered by the Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. In this organization, we believe in collaboration, we believe in collectiveness, we believe in unity, and we believe in oneness. That is why we have this platform, and that is why we have our mantra, which is a part of the member script that says, if you can achieve the smart alone, how much more can we achieve together? We do this by putting our hands together. Admin, I like to have the image up. We do this by putting our hands together, and you receive a call that says, if you can achieve the smart alone, and you respond with, how much more can we achieve together? Now imagine this, you've come this far. Oh, thank you so much, admin, I can see up right now. Now imagine this, you've come this far all by yourself, doing all of this alone. How much more can you achieve with a community of growth such as this? So that is why this community has been brought together. And in case you'd like to be a member, the admin is also going to drop the link in the chat box. Please do pick that up and use it to register in order to gain access to all of the amazing benefits that comes with being a member. Thank you so much, admin. I can see that. All right, so during the course of the week, we have some business testimonials come in. Kindly give me a moment, I'm gonna read them shortly. Now, here are some of the testimonials because they are more than one. I have TT from South Africa. She said, I have attended many entrepreneurship programs, but this assembly is really different. It's not just about talk, it's about action. This has pushed me to think bigger and act faster. Now I have partnerships that I never imagined possible. This is really, really amazing. We have Lynette from Kenya. Now she says that I've learned how to package my brand, attract the right customers, and I've worked on how I lead in my business thanks to all that I learned here at the assembly. It feels good to be part of something that genuinely empowers entrepreneurs across Africa. She says, God bless AYE. God bless you too, Lynette. So this are some of the amazing testimonials that came in during the week. And in case you have something to share with us, we encourage you to send it to us via email. The admin is also going to drop the email address in the chat box. Please pick that up. We would like to read out your testimonials. I mean, the organization has been very impactful to you. Let us know. We'd like to read it and I'd like to encourage one another with this. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Now to the very, very business of the day. We have a very amazing individual in our midst, and is a dynamic TEDx speaker, is a dynamic TEDx speaker, is a leader, is an author, and yeah, like I said before, is a leadership coach who is dedicated to helping individuals achieve their fullest potential. Ladies and gentlemen, with an AYE clap, please let's make welcome Brian Humphrey.
Thank you guys so much for having me today. Thank you for allowing me to get this great opportunity. And today I'm going to talk to you guys about the science behind excellent leadership. Can everybody hear me well? Everybody hear me well? Good. All right. The science behind excellent leadership, right? Leadership in the workplace, even as your own business, can be challenging nowadays. It can be hard and so many barriers, but we have to understand that leadership isn't just about rank, status, or position. Leadership is also about character, connection, and work ethic. This is what we have to understand, that being as an entrepreneur, as AYE, hey, African young entrepreneurs, you guys have to understand that you could be a leader no matter what position you play in your own company or position you play with a business partner. You have to understand what areas you provide the most value to. So the first point is how to best utilize your strengths and improve your weaknesses. So a lot of the times when it comes to, as an entrepreneur, we try so hard to go to a position where we can get the most money, we can get the most funds, which is great, but you got to figure out what area you are the strongest at and allow others to help you in that area, and also improve your weaknesses. But the challenge today is, as entrepreneurs, is that we try to be great at everything. We think we have to be great at every single skill set, but the cold hard truth is that you just have to be great and remain great at what you're already great at. I am a phenomenal speaker. I understand that. That's one of my talents and my skill sets. I'm not great at everything else, right? I'm great at some things, but the other things, you get assistance from other people. You get a mentor, you get a coach, but you got to be honest about what your strong points are. So if you have a notepad right now, write 2 or 3 of your strengths, and then write 2 or 3 of your weaknesses down. The goal is to keep your strengths as strong as possible and to get assistance with your things that you're not so strong at, aka your weaknesses, to improve them to be just good enough where your strengths and those things that you're not so good at, they go along and you can provide great business and provide great value to others and keep a lot of happy clients. How to identify which role you play best in your own company, right? So this is the challenging part, because as entrepreneurs, we want to do everything. We want to sell, we want to market, we want to be the admin assistant. We don't want to pay nobody to do nothing. We don't want to ask for help. We think we do all our own, but that's not how you properly win as an entrepreneur. That's not how you properly achieve greatness as an entrepreneur. Greatness, it takes a village, right? If that village of yours is 5 people, if it's 6 people, if it's 7 people, if it's 35,000 people like Amazon, whatever it is, it takes a village. And you have to understand, should you play the CEO? Should you play the salesman? Should you play the director? Should you play the manager? And you have to understand that, okay, if I play this role, I know I'm going to provide the most value to my company in this role, not to myself, right? Because the company and the mission as an entrepreneur come before yourself. This is called, you have to submit to your own mission and submit to your own vision for what you have for your company. And you cannot put yourself before the vision. Great leaders operate in servitude. Let me say that one more time. Great leaders operate in servitude. We have to provide great service. This does not mean that we have to control everything. This does not mean we have to tell people what to do, dictate. This means that whatever I provide the most service in is I should be in that position, because I know I can lead by example a lot better in that position than probably other positions. Let me give you an example, right? If you have your own business, if you have your own car lot, right? If you have your own car lot and you are, even though you are good at being a car manager, you're great at salesman. It could be your own business and you're selling the cars. This does not mean that you have to be the manager or the assistant. This could mean that you can still be out there selling cars, even though it's your business, because you provide the most value to the company selling cars, right? And we all know this. It's about productivity for the business. It's about value for the business. And I want you guys to understand, you got to stay out your own selfish needs, and you have to really focus on how can you provide the most value to your client? How can you provide the most value to your team? How can you keep things afloat? And sometimes it takes for us not to play the power role to keep our company with the power that it has within itself. How to stay in your specific lane in order to build trust in company with your colleagues, your clients, and everything. Okay, this is very valuable, because when you think about creating a business, when you think about having a business partner, and you think about doing great things, sometimes we make mistakes because we try to move around too much in our company. We try to play too many roles, and sometimes when you play too many roles, you actually lose trust with your clients, and you lose trust with the people that's on your team, right? And one of the biggest things to entrepreneurship and the biggest things to keeping clients coming back over and over again is trust. You are reliable, you are dependable. They know they are coming to get what they're asking for. They are coming to get what they're paying for. And you have to understand, as a leader and leading your team, you have to stay competent, and you have to stay consistent in what you're doing. And it must work. We can't get all up in our head about, okay, well, I should do this, I should do this, I should try this. The reality is you should try what works, and you should keep doing what works, and you should play the role that works best for you and your company and your team. We can't be into a point. Let me throw out an example for you guys. Right, we get to a point where just because somebody on our team is not performing as well, this does not mean we have to step in and play their role. This means we take extra time out to help them learn how to do that role effectively. And if they're not getting it, of course, you can eventually replace. But the goal is to always make sure you have people who are really good at what they do in that position as a leader. Because if you're an entrepreneur and you have a business and you're trying to do everybody's role, you're not trusting them and they're not trusting you. And the clients can sense that. Right? Have you ever been to a business and it's so unorganized and everything's all over the place? It takes long to get your food. It takes long to get what you need to get done. It's like, what is going on? The problem is you're not operating in excellent leadership. You're operating in I'm trying to lead. You're operating in I want to lead. You're operating in, oh, I should lead. And it's not about should, woulda, could. It's about what is. Leadership is specifically about what is happening right now, what is working right now, what is not working right now, what can be improved right now, and what cannot be improved right now. We're not worried about the past. We're not worried about the future. We are present in the moment, and we are leading each other to do the best thing we can do. And the next part is knowing your work circle, right? Knowing the people that's around you, knowing how to maneuver, how to communicate, how to identify what motivates your teammates, the people that you lead, what motivates them internally, right? Because everybody has a specific reason that they work for you or work with you, right? If it's financial gain, then that's fine, right? If it's because maybe their parents did the same business and they're carrying on the tradition, that's fine too. Maybe it's because they are really good at what they do. I'm the first speaker in my family. I'm the first author in my family. So I just do it because I'm really good at it. But some of you guys may be doing something because you like the culture. Maybe you really respect the person that you're working with, your business partner or your business leader or the people that are working for you. And you know, at the end of the day, y'all going to make it happen because y'all have a close-knit friendship or relationship. That's good, but you cannot disrespect the motive for why people are working with you or working for you. You guys' motives do not have to be the same. Please hear me, because that's going to cause a lot of tension. As a leader, you're trying to force somebody to be motivated by what you want them to be motivated to, and that's going to cause tension and a decrease in productivity. How to increase empathy and skillfully hold others accountable. Now, this is one of the most parts that I teach when it comes to leadership, because leadership comes with me having a therapy background. I understand how to communicate in a certain way to individuals where they understand. So the goal is to acknowledge, confront without the other person feeling attacked. And sometimes this is very hard to do, right? Because we're stressed out and we want people to do what we want them to do. Hey, you should do this way, but we're not taking the time to understand the individual. People first, profit later. Write this down, please. Like, people first, profit later, right? If you guys write this down, you'll understand how powerful this is. People first, profit later, right? Because you don't want to be greedy as a leader. If you're greedy as a leader, you're not speaking with empathy. You're not speaking with compassion. You're not skillfully holding others accountable, and people are going to feel attacked, and they're going to not want to work for you. They're not going to want to buy your products or your services. They're not going to want to partner with you, right? Because they don't feel not necessarily loved, but they don't feel like you guys are aligning with each other to make and have a common mission and a common goal. Right. So how do we skillfully hold others accountable with empathy? Right. We have to communicate to understand before we communicate to try to tell somebody what to do. Communicate to understand before setting expectations. Because we set expectations on somebody and we don't understand they can really reach those expectations, all you're doing is creating a conflict later in the future. You're creating resentment with the people that you're working with and working for, right? And what happens is when there's resentment as a leader, you'll never get the most out of your team when they resent you. Even if they love the money, you'll never get the most out of your team when they resent you, right? If a person is not feeling well and you see their productivity drop and they're working for you, hey, I'm not sure what's going on. You usually perform like this. I'm here for you. Let's talk about it, right? Get to know what's causing them to act that way before just telling them, hey, you need to get your numbers up. Hey, you need to do better. You need to stay focused. That does not work in real world. In real world practice, you got to figure out what's going on. Is this person has a capacity in this moment to do this project? What do they need? What do they need assistance with? And if they can't do it right now, do they need a deadline extension, or do they need some time off? Right? Because if they're good people and they're consistent, there could just be something happening in life. And a lot of the times, if we don't communicate it and we don't get to and teach people, hey, you can trust me as your leader, what happens is they don't tell you when they're going through things. Therefore, their numbers just drop, and now your business services are not as productive as they could be because the people on your team don't trust to tell you what they're going through. How to follow others more effectively, right? I got about 8 minutes left until we get to the next thing. How to follow others, right? As a great leader, all great leaders, hear me and hear me closely. All great leaders were once a great follower, or can be a great follower, right? I'm not talking about somebody who's control freak. I'm talking about somebody who knows how to follow order and follow structure and understand how to make adjustments when needed. Right. So how do we follow others effectively, even as an entrepreneur, right? How do you follow people that are more well off in their business? If you guys both have a fashion business, or if you guys both have a coaching business, maybe like how I coach leaders, how to be effective leaders. I'm looking up to Eric Thomas. I'm looking up to Brandon Bouchard. I'm looking up to other Jeremy Anderson. I'm looking up to other great leaders, Maxwell, all these people who are great leaders. I'm seeing how they're doing things. I'm watching how they're moving, how they're connecting with their team. I'm seeing how they're communicating. I'm seeing how they're providing value to the people that are paying for their services. I'm seeing how they're consistently providing value, right? So I understand if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? If a system isn't broke, don't fix it. If you have your own business and your friend has a great restaurant business, you can follow how he do things and then make your own little adjustments when you make your own team. But great followers are also can be great leaders. And this is the thing, guys. When you're a leader, you think you have it all. You think you do whatever you want to do, and you can just talk to people crazy, and you can just do your own thing. Just because it's working for a little bit does not mean it worked for a while. Please write that down. Please note, just because your system works for a little bit does not mean it'll work for a while. You have to study people that you look up to who are doing something that you're doing and have done it for years, right? Who have done it for a long period of time. How are they that successful as a leader in that business for a long period of time? The next part is knowing how to overcome work pressure. One of the most imperative concepts of leadership is handling stress. Right? My second book, The Truth Always Wins, increasing fulfillment and reducing stress. We have to know how to effectively work smarter and not harder, because as leaders, we are usually calm under pressure. Bring on the pressure. Let's get it, right? So my question to you is, how well do you handle pressure? How well do you handle unexpected things that come up that makes you have to think and critical think and make a decision within 24 hours, within 5 hours, within 30 minutes? All right. How well do you do that? Are you leadership isn't only about skill set. It's the good part of leadership is about the capacity to handle high stress levels over a long period of time. So you have to understand, as an entrepreneur, as you're solving a specific problem for a specific target audience, are you able to handle the pressure of solving that specific problem for that specific target audience for a long period of time, despite the support you may or may not have? Let that sink in. I want you to write down 1 or 2 things that you're doing right now that makes it hard for you to lead people in challenging situations. Write down a couple of things that make it hard for you to manage stress, right? You have to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. And this leads to the next part, is why you shouldn't over focus on the outcome and focus more on the lesson to be learned. I know we love results. We love what we call it. We love getting the money. We love being productive. We love seeing things improve, right? Progress is addictive. I'll be the first to tell you the truth. It makes you want to do more and more and more. But when we go about business, guys, and when we go about entrepreneurship, we have to understand the lesson, right? Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time. When he lost a game, when he missed the game winning shot, he went back and practiced that same move over and over and over and over again, right? Despite, even though he might win the next game, because when you learn, you are able to continue to grow. Most of the times as leaders, we get comfortable and we think that it just wasn't meant to be. There's always, if you did not perform the way that you should have performed, or you did not get the results that you really wanted to, then there's something to be learned, right? And sometimes our biggest losses can lead to our biggest lessons. And sometimes our biggest breakdowns can lead to our biggest blessings. We are already entrepreneurs, the kings and queens that we want to be. We just have to bring it out of ourselves. And I really want to encourage you to understand that when you learn more from your failures than your successes. Your failures is what teach you. But you have to analyze and self-reflect after your failures as a leader. Entrepreneurship is hard. Leadership is hard, but it's not impossible. It's very doable. And every one of you guys have what it takes to make it happen. You just have to understand, hey, what did I learn from the situation? How can I grow it? How can I teach others on my team, or teach my business partner, or even teach my clients on how we can make the situation better? You got to be honest. The biggest thing, as I'm getting to a close about the lesson, is that you have to be honest that you lost. Hey, in this situation as a leader, I made the wrong choice. I actually made the wrong mistake. Brian L. Humphrey, I messed up. And you have to let people know that you made a mistake and you have to fix it. This is why you guys see the iPhone, right? The iPhone, it has so many updates. Right now, you can see when somebody's texting. It lets you know when a person's phone is on silent, right? It lets you use the note section and do those things. It lets you do the emoji. It lets you do the to like the message or not like the message. It's so many updates that happen because they're learning. Apple is learning from their failures, right? Like, why do you think Apple, the iPhone, is progressing at such a fast rate? Because it gets complaints and it learns. Complaints and it learns. Amazon, complaints and it learns. Google, complaints and it learns. It learns so quick because they're honest about, hey, you know what? This will be more effective in this situation, so we're going to apply this. Which leads to my last point, as I got 2 more minutes left on my presentation, is how to move on really fast. I mean, really fast from solved issues, right? When something's over with, once you solve the problem is solved. All right. Let's not continue to linger on, and let's not continue to attack people or make people feel bad about something they've done in the past. The thing as a human, when you are leading people, don't identify yourself as your mistakes. We all make mistakes. The reason why sometimes it's hard for us to hold each other accountable or hold yourself accountable as a leader, because you don't want to feel bad, right? But you realize you don't have to identify yourself with that mistake. You don't have to identify yourself with that failure. It happened. It was hard. It was challenging. You wanted to cry. You wanted probably to curse somebody out. But the reality is, it was just that time that you failed. It was just that situation that you had a mistake. And that's okay. Don't identify yourself. Don't identify your teammates. Don't identify your business partners. Don't identify anybody with the mistakes they made. Learn from it, move on, and keep pushing. Because when you linger on from solved problems, it makes it harder to solve the next problem because you're so focused on the last problem and you're creating your own anxiety. But I want to let you guys know that the science behind excellent leadership is not just about rank, status, position, or results. It's about connection, work ethic, character, and understanding who you're working for and who you're working with. Thank you. That is my speech. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Wow. Please, can we put our hands together for Mr. Brian? That was wonderful. Mr. Brian, such a powerful and energy-packed session. And we are moving into the feedback session swiftly. But before we go into the feedback session, I want to say this. The president of the organization, the founder of the organization, is unavoidably absent today. And he asked me personally to express, his heartfelt appreciation to you, Brian, for showing up for us today. So please, can we put our hands together once again for Brian? Brian, we appreciate you for showing up today. In fact, I've learned a lot. My jotter is filled. So this is the feedback session. The feedback session, if you have a question in your mind, or probably when Brian was talking, you have something that resonated so well with you, you can hit the reaction button and just raise up your hand. Thank you. I can see Chikodi. And so before I go to calling some people here, yes, I can see Chikodi. Okay, so please, if you have a question, just raise up your hand. It's the reaction button. I have a question for you, Mr. Brian.
Yes, sir.
And my question is this. You said something. You said the goal is to get your strength as strong as possible and also improve on your weakness. You mentioned that earlier. Now, my question to you is this, Mr. Brian. As a leader, how can you design a system to put people in their area of strength? Because sometimes you might be even be working with people that don't really know where they are specially gifted for. So as a leader, how can you design a system to fit people in their area of strength so that they can be used maximally? This is my question to you, sir.
Gotcha.
Over to you, Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir. Great question. So as I stated in the speech, we have to focus on people first and then profit. And why it's so important to focus on people first, because you get to learn that individual within the first 2 or 3 weeks as they're working for you, their strengths and their weaknesses. Because sometimes you're right, people don't really know what their real strengths are, their real talents are and skill sets. That's why it's really good to get to know the individual, talk to them, observe, understand, and evaluate. And in that area of the first 30 days or so, if somebody's working for you, you learn them, right? This is why most companies have that 90-day period, right? To kind of see, is this working for the person? And also, is this a good fit for them? And if not, can we change them, right? So a lot of times people aren't really bad workers. They're misplaced. They're not properly placed. So if we focus on people first, then we're able to understand them. And then now we have a higher chance of putting everybody where they are strongest at. But if we focus on profit first, we may put somebody in the wrong position and it may look good in the upfront. But over the long term, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, it can cause destruction to the company because they don't feel like they're properly placed, which leads to burnout, which leads to exhaustion, and which leads to misunderstanding of each other. So that's the main thing. Just focus on people first and profit later.
Wow. Thank you so much, Brian. So to put people in their areas of strength, you need to focus on people first instead of profit. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. So quickly, I'm going to be moving on to Chikodi. Chikodi, you have 1 minute. You have been asked to unmute your mic. Chikodi, the mic is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Benga. Good evening, everyone. Although I came late today, but I still gained. And what I gained, what resonated with me is that as a leader, it's not all about just getting results. It's about connection and making people feel wanted. Then you focus on people's strength and help them work on their weaknesses. Then again, it's not all about, as a leader, it's about connecting with people. It's about people. It's not about profit. So you connect with people first. That's what resonates.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chikodi. Connecting with people first. I remember I read a book long time ago, The 1 Minute Manager. You know what the 1 Minute Manager said? It said the summary of the book. It said that when you make people feel good, they will produce good results. So instead of putting profit first, how you handle people, how you handle people is sacrosanct to how well you get results. So thank you so much, Chikodi, for that. Now I'm going to be moving to, I can see Chairman Dan. Chairman Dan, you're welcome. It's good to see you. You have the mic. The floor is yours. Over to Chairman Dan. Thank you.
Thank you, Benga. I appreciate it. Brian, I'm blown away. I've been an entrepreneur for decades, and the insights and the profundity of what you offered today was amazing. There's little that I don't agree with. Matter of fact, there's nothing I don't agree with. I particularly appreciate the people orientation. I'm curious about something that arose in my mind because of Chikodi's question. I've been using ChatGPT and other AI platforms for a long time, and I have put together questions that we offer our clients that they can use when hiring to understand the individual and their strengths and weaknesses. We also use that as a set of questions with the individual to, when they're employed, to get an appreciation of who they are and what their strengths and weaknesses are. I'm curious about your perception of the use of AI in that context.
Gotcha. I think that's a great idea because AI is an assistant and it's here to help us, and to make things easier and to alleviate a lot of problems that we may encounter as entrepreneurs. And I think that's a great way what you're doing. It's a great strategy, and I think you should continue to use it. The only thing that we have to understand is that when updates need to happen, as in which questions we ask, as in which, how we communicate to the people that we're trying to hire or that we are thinking or considering hiring, we have to know when to update those questions in regarding to how to get the best, fit for what we're looking for. But I totally, I agree. I use ChatGPT too. My lady likes to use it a lot, and it's very effective. The only thing we have to keep in mind is that we're still humans first, and we don't want to make it seem like that we're using ChatGPT when we're hiring somebody. However, we want to have proper and adequate and proper questions when we're doing so we can really see what we're doing. But that's a great strategy. I'm glad you mentioned that, and I'm very glad that you use that before you even get somebody on board. Now you're kind of depleting the 30-day or the 90-day or even the week where they work, and that kind of have a preliminary to see how great they can perform in your business. So that's awesome, man. That's an amazing strategy.
Thank you. Appreciate
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Dan. Thank you so much, Brian. I love that human first. And Mr. Dan said something. He said the idea of the people-centric. When a system is built on people, profit will automatically come. Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. Thank you so much, Mr. Dan. Then I'm going to be moving to Mr. David Derico. So, Mr. David, please, the mic is yours. You have 1 minute. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's always great to be here on Saturday and see everybody. Brian, excellent presentation. Can you provide your contact information? Like, for example, do you have an online course? Do you have books? How do we learn from you and your system? And also, Dan, I would love to have you email me those questions for the hiring. And also, Dr. Joy, you're another one. You and your husband are phenomenal. I'd like to learn about your business because you have so much to offer so many of us. So those are basically 3 things, but we definitely would like to learn more about how we can work together. Because the biblical statement is real simple: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Brian said it's about people over profit. Well, wouldn't you like to have a manager or an owner come to you and say, David, How's everything going? How's the family? Let's talk about your numbers. How can I help you? What a complete different way than pulling a person aside, bring them into your office, just jump all over them. Now you're depressed, and then everybody, your whole team is depressed. So do unto others as you would have them do unto yourself. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. David. I think Mr. Brand has already dropped his website. So, Mr. Brand, if you can do well, also please drop your the link to your LinkedIn so that people can also connect with you more professionally. Now, I'm going to be moving to, I can see Rosemary. Rosemary, you have 1 minute. The mic is yours. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Brian, for this wonderful session. Yeah, my own take is kind of contribution and also a question. Okay, in my line of work, I've always prioritized people over profits, and it has been very wonderful because I have learned to build trust. Through that, I've learned to build trust, and when you get someone to trust you, doing business becomes flawlessly. So my question to Mr. Brown is, was there ever a time when you had to choose between prioritizing people and meeting business goals? How did you handle it? And what did you learn from that experience? Thank you very much.
Wow, that's a wonderful question. And of course, it's very challenging as a leader and entrepreneur. In that situation, you have to communicate to the individual first before making that decision. And I think one of the most powerful things as a leader is being upfront. And it's very hard because people like to have schemes, like to go behind people's back, and like to try to do things without saying anything. But communication is the most powerful thing that people have. Not even just people, even animals, right? So we have to communicate that to the individual that either we have to, place, or we have to let go, or whatever it is. Communicate it. Hey, this is a situation. These are the goals that we have not hit. I really appreciate you as an individual for working for us, but I think right now we're going to place you in this position, or I think right now it may be time to let go, or to give you a little break to get your mind off things. But because this is what we need to work on. But you got to communicate that to the person first. People, even though there's a challenge, even though we might have missed business goals, right? One time there's an example when I was speaking to a company and I spoke to them multiple times. They paid me a certain amount, and one time they couldn't really pay me or whatever. And I wasn't, I was okay with it. I still spoke and I understood. But what they did was so powerful. This is how I learned, right? They communicated to me, hey, Brian, we're on a stricter budget this year. And we understand that we usually pay this much to do this every 6 months consultation with us. However, they said, this time, this is all we can offer you, right? And so we can keep our budget. In that moment, I learned, I said, the best way for me that I can deal with people whenever I really need to hit a goal and I'm missing goals is to communicate to that person why we are taking certain actions, right? Because there will be times when you have to do that to hit your goals so your business can keep going, keep running, but you don't want to make them move without letting the person know. We're going to move in full authenticity and move in full truth. That's why I wrote the book, The Truth Always Wins, because it hurts at first, but at least if that person gets their after they can come back and work with you later in the future.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Brian. Putting people before profit will always also come with its challenges. And ultimately, I can assure you, it pays more to always put people first. So thank you so much, Mr. Brian. I can see Mr. Charles Akintobi. Mr. Charles Akintobi, the mic is yours. You have 1 minute. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Gbenga. Thank you, Mr. Brian. So I have a short question. So I'll just go straight to the point because I don't want to take much of our time. So you said something about the fact that as a leader, try to avoid playing too many roles because it can lead to mistakes. So now my question is, isn't it still important for a founder to know what's actually happening, to have a direct knowledge of every area in one's company? Yeah, that's my question. Thank you.
Yes. To answer your question, it is important to know, right? To know, but you don't know. You don't have to be great at everything, right? So you should know how to maybe do the admin assist. You should know how to get contracts. You should know how to do any. You should know if you can't afford everybody up to a position to do work for you, the least you can do is to know. I completely agree. That's a great point, Charles. But we don't have to be great at everything. So a lot of times, if we know what we need, we can either ask somebody to do it, or there's so many online platforms that can do it for us, right? That's the power of AI. That's the power of Chat GPT, as he stated earlier. So that's how you go about, that's how I go about it, the situation, right? Even though I know the basics of what I need and what to do, I should not be doing everything. And I should really focus on my speaking and my consulting. But yeah, great point, Charles. Just understand that you don't have to be great at everything. You should know, but you don't have to be great at everything.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Brian. You should know, but necessarily you shouldn't be the greatest at everything. Thank you so much for that. I think we have one more person here. We have Mr. Olushola Gabriel Ademujim. So, Mr. Olushola, the mic is yours for 1 minute. Over to you. You are muted. You are muted, Mr. Olushola. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Gbenga. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, am I audible enough? Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Brian, for your practical and engaging session on this topic, the science behind excellent leadership. Thank you so much. I just have 2 questions, basically. Of course, we know that leadership really doesn't deal with age. You could be young and you are leading people who are older than you. Now, these lessons that we have, how do we apply them when it comes to leading people who are older and who are more experienced than us? That's question 1. And the second question is, what do we do if our team, they are not really responding well to our leadership, even when we are doing it our best? Those are my 2 questions. Thank you, Mr. Brian.
Gotcha. Great question. So in that situation, despite their age and despite any differences, like I said in the speech, leadership is about servitude, right? So you have to serve the people that you're leading, understanding what they need and also understanding what their point of view. If you're 25 and the person you're leading is 45, just know they do have more experience than you. You do not have to be the master to be the leader. Does that make sense? Let me say that one more time. You do not have to be the master to be the leader, right? Let them be. If you have a car lot and the person you hired, your number 1 car salesman, been selling cars for 25 years, and he's making big bank, he ain't making you big bank. Guess what happened? You allow them to be the expert in what they're the expert in. All you have to do, all you're doing is you're the leader. You're just keeping everything together. You're just serving. Hey, what do you need? Hey, Jack, what do you need? Hey, Ashley, what do you need? Hey, Brittany, what do you need? Hey, Chris, what do you need? And you make sure everybody get their needs met so they can perform what? They can use their strengths to the best of their ability, because we already know what their strengths are because we use the Chat GPT, right, when you hire them, right? So the main thing is you do not have to be the master. You do not have to be the dictator. You do not have to be the authority to lead. You lead with character, connection, and work ethic. We don't have to lead with status, position, or rank.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brian. Thank you. That's a deep. It's very, very thoughtful. You don't have to be the master. You don't have to be the master. So what you need to do is to find a way to bring the masters together for a particular vision. Thank you. Thank you. So now I have the last person here, and Mr. Dixon, you have 30 seconds. 30 seconds. The mic is yours, Mr. Dixon. Please. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so very much. I want to thank Mr. Brian for that wonderful delivery. I actually learned something from what he said. Actually, something I know and I've been practicing for a while. Connection. When you are connected with the people you work with, the work is much more easier. Where I'm working, people are blamed for this, blamed for that, blame for that, and blame for that. Then of recent, I was given a team of 3 people to lead. I make them I make a family out of the 3 of us, as in 4 of us. We become a family. And the management sees that these people in my unit, they're producing, as in they're very productive. Okay, so they love working with me. They're always with me during work, during break time. They don't want to depart from me, and they seem to run away from our HOD. Always want to be with me. So what the management did was that when they saw that my unit is more productive, they decided that I should head other units. Presently, 3 other units are under me, apart from the 1st unit they gave to me. And we have been more productive now. The 3 other units attached to me more productive now than when people were blamed for this, blamed for that, blamed for that, blamed for that. So what Mr. Brian says is nothing but the truth. That when you connect with people, you have a better result than when you just keep blaming and blaming and blaming them to produce results. The truth is that they won't produce the results because you are bringing down their spirit. So they can't produce the result. But when you connect with them, when you work as a family, the result will be there for everybody to see. So, Mr. Brian, thank you for bringing that up, and I really appreciate you. There was this question I wanted to ask, but there's no point for that since I have only 30 seconds. So let's move on. Thank you so very much for the
thank you so much, Mr. Dixon. I love that direction. You get more done by connecting with others, not by controlling others. That's wonderful. And then that testimony is actually very powerful. And thank you once again. Now I just have the last question for Mr. Brian. Mr. Brian, this is AYE, African Young Entrepreneur, and we are so privileged to have you here today. And my question to you is this: concerning this space, concerning this network, I have what we call the FRA question for you, and 3 questions in one. And the FRA goes like this. Number 1, what is your feedback on this assembly? That's the F. Then what is your recommendation for us? Recommendation can be in terms of a book or probably a podcast. I don't know whether you've written a book. Maybe you have something you want to recommend for us here. And also the last one is the A, which is your advice for us. So the feedback, the recommendation, and the advice in 1 minute. Mr. Brian, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Feedback is this is an amazing thing that you guys do every Saturday, and thank you guys for even connecting with me. I think this is great because every Saturday can keep you sharp, learning from different leaders, learning different objectives, different skill sets to allow you to implement into your own business to get far. So feedback, I really love what you guys is doing because you're only keeping it 20, 30 minutes, an hour. It's on a Saturday. People are probably off work. I think just stay consistent. Just stay consistent what you're doing and continue to implement what people are teaching you guys in these series. And when it comes to recommendations, I do have books. I have 2 books, but I think the best book, if you're a young entrepreneur, my first book is Boss Up, 10 Traits One Must Have to Reach Self-Actualization. And this is all on my website, guys, brian.org. And The Truth Always Wins. If you're a more experienced entrepreneur and you've been doing it for a while, that's a more complex book. The Truth Always Wins, Increasing Fulfillment and Reducing Stress. And then I do have some courses. I have courses on how to write a book, how to publish a book, how to increase your chances of getting a TEDx talk, how to increase your LinkedIn following. Those are all on my website. So those things, if you want to improve your LinkedIn following, if you want to improve opportunities, if you want to get a book or write a book, or if you want to do a TEDx talk, those all on my websites. Feedback, recommendation, and what was the last one again? The last one?
Advice. Your advice.
Okay, advice. I just want to encourage you guys to always understand that we're a human race for anything, and I always understand that we're as a leader, you have to know people, and they have to feel needed to work for you. They have to feel important, or a client has to feel important. Your team has to feel important, and I think the more you make people feel important, and the more you're there for people when it comes to your business and what you're trying to do, the profit's going to rise and rise and rise. Let me give you one example. I'm not sure, like McDonald's, guys. Even though McDonald's, their food is not good, or it's not that good, but how they treat people and what they have with the playpen for the kids, and how these specials and cheap food and deals. It's like, okay, McDonald's always has something that you probably want. Cheap food, something where your kids to play, some type of new dessert, whatever it is, right? So whenever you think about creating a business, I want you guys to always keep the McDonald's complex in mind, right? The McDonald's complex is you don't have to have the best product to have the best service. That's the McDonald's complex. You don't have to have the best product to have the best service. Just keep people first. And I guarantee you, since you keep people first, they're going to feel like your product is the best because you put them first.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Brian. I love that last part. You said you don't necessarily have to have the best product, but it is very, very important you know how to treat people. So once again, Mr. Brian, we are so delighted to have you here. And then we're going to be looking forward to see you at the Global Entrepreneurship Festival. It's going to be happening in Ghana. All the world is going, it's coming to Ghana 21st of November to 23rd. And if you are here, you have not yet gotten your ticket, admin will be dropping the link. Please don't miss out. Get yours now. Now we're going to do something. So Mr. Brian, I want you to look at your screen. You're going to be seeing something awesome. We want to show you love, and you're going to be seeing one of the greatest online love you've ever seen. So please, let's hit our reaction button. Let's show Mr. Brian love. We really appreciate you for showing up today. You've been a source of deep blessing. Let's keep showing the love. We really appreciate you. Don't forget, we'd love to have you at the Global Entrepreneurship Festival. We'll connect better. We have your LinkedIn handle now. I'm going to connect with you, and we'll take the conversation from there. Now, we're going to be chanting our slogan, our mantra for AYE, and this is how we do it. We put our hands together like this. Now, you see, putting our hands together like this signifies collaboration, synergy, unity, and togetherness. And the mantra is a call and response mantra. I'm going to say it, if you can achieve this much alone, and you're going to say it right back to me, how much more can we achieve together? So let's do it. 1, 2, 3, go. If you can achieve this much alone, how much more?
How much more can we achieve together?
So thank you so much.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs.
Let's know what you are doing. You can share.
Where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
I will never leave your side. I will never ever go. I dedicate my time to you, my guy. Even if the road be rough, I don't mind. 'Cause you be my G for life.
As I never see you online, it they worry me and it they give me consign. Yeah, I be ringing on your cellular. Where you at? My body no fit settle down. Yeah, I'm hoping you okay. We got to party tonight. Many just stay for mine. Yeah, me and you they like they're not my guy. Don't jazzy my guy. Joey's ours. I do transfer. Yourself be my guy. My Joe is my guy. My guy. Sorry, one rule, one is enough. So I call your name when I ask me. That guy is my guy. Jeffrey's not my guy, not my guy.
guys. I got plenty for my mind, but right now I'm with my guys. I don't fear them got my back. So you don't see my formation. I call out big combination. Steady inspiration. I'm 100 concentration. When my guys them follow, bad energy far away. I thank God for my real G's. Good friends will be money.
Person wey no person, you know they give person. If you want no person, you know go first person. I know they sick, you won't give me medicine. I get money, you won't help me spend my money. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. I love you, oh yeah. I'm a winner, I'm a winner. Just believe that I'm a winner. I said just believe. I'll never do it like you do it. Just believe I'ma do it, do it. Yeah. Let me do it like I do it, how I do it. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, my mama. Oh, my mama. If you know what make you happy, something go do you. Something go do you. Yeah. Water go show you. Thunder go yam on you. Something go do you. Something go do you. Water go show you. Something go do you. Big small stop.
It's blazing the beat, baby.
Allow me to enjoy myself. 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 Allow me to enjoy myself.
Onlyloaded.com.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.